हजारों साल नरगिस अपनी बेनूरी पे रोती है, हजारों साल नरगिस अपनी बेनूरी पे रोती है, बड़ी मुश्किल से होता है चमन में दीदावर पैदा. Well, we have with us one such Didavar, Sanjay Leela Bhansali. He's happy with the release of Padmavat and it is doing extraordinarily well all across the world. So, pleasure having you back first of all on Bollywood Hungama.
Yes, dear. Thank you for having me.
What is your first reaction? The movie is doing exceptionally well in spite of limited release in India and is doing phenomenally well overseas.
Relieved because I thought this would never happen. It was, I think, last 4 months was so traumatic. मालूम नहीं समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कि what would happen, where we would reach. We've all worked so hard. It's a huge canvas film. It's a huge production. It's a big budget film. What would happen? All the hard work, all the sweat, tears and blood that we've given to the film. So when the film finally reached the theaters on the 24th, the first prepaid preview that happened, that is when I said, finally, I think we won. I think finally this is victory for someone who thought that it would just not happen.
Right.
And that whole fight to finally reach the film, to finally reach the theaters, for the audience to go in, for the first ticket to be sold, for the first ticket to be torn and the usher sending that person in.
Right.
I was just constantly imagining and dreaming of course that constantly, कि ये हो जाए बस, ये हो जाए. So on the 23rd when the audience went in, it was a sense of relief, it was a sense of victory, it was a sense of my answer finally to that 1 year of a torture that me and my entire unit went through, of accusations, of allegations, of physical attacks, of burning my sets, of you name it. The worst things that could happen to a director, and they've happened. You can never imagine what an artist in any part of the world would go through, and it has happened. And to tell you honestly, I don't even know whether to be happy or to be sad or to. I was so numb in the last 4 months. Ki ye tamasha, what is this? What is this unfolding in front of me? Even to get a censor certificate, it was a 1.5 month. Long wait, whereas another film behind us would come and go in the morning and next day would get a censor and walk out, and I was wondering what on earth is happening. So having gone through all that, you can never imagine a filmmaker or an artist or a thinker or a painter or anybody to have to go through, and it has all happened to me and Padmavat. So I'm God's chosen one. I go through it again and again and again. But since He gives me the wish, He also gives me the power to fulfill that wish. So every time I think I've been blessed to finally reach the theater in spite of all the problems. So feels good. I'm feeling confused right now. So I don't know if you've understood what I'm feeling.
I think I'm feeling a lot of what you've, because I think almost anyone who likes watching movies, who stands for freedom of expression and who wants art to flourish in its as a naked form as it should ideally, I think they will always, they're extremely happy that the movie is coming out and it is doing so well. So most importantly, when we are talking to people, be it in Mumbai or we've done public opinion in California, as I showed you as well, everyone is saying that what was the fuss all about? There's absolutely nothing objectionable in the film, and there's so many Rajputs, as you just saw as well, that who are saying that what's the fuss all about? It's only glorifying our heritage and ourselves. Do you feel vindicated?
No, I am very upset by the events that unfolded over 1.5 years. Finally, first of all, why am I constantly answering and being forced to be answerable and to justify and to clarify and to plead again and again and again to say that there is nothing in the film. We've given it to you in writing. We've told you on the phone. I've come out with a video which says there is nothing wrong in it, and there is no way that I could lie because eventually people would see it. The CBFC said there is nothing wrong. There were lots of other people who said there is nothing wrong. How much more can an honest man keep fighting to say I'm honest and try and preserve his honesty? Why are you trying to snatch away that from a person? Why are you taking the dignity away from me as a filmmaker to say there is something wrong, there is something wrong, we allege there is a dream sequence? No, there is no dream sequence. Okay, then we allege that the Goomer is wrong, but the Goomer is perfectly alright. Then we allege that the film is wrong. So the film, there is nothing wrong. Okay, then we allege that the film will not be released. So there is no logic. How do you feel vindicated when you have had a senseless, pointless, illogical kind of a bizarre situation which I can't even begin to understand, and I don't even want to understand where it started from, how did it unfold, where is it culminated. It is not a situation where I would say vindicated and I feel good and I feel that justice has prevailed. Yes, justice has prevailed. Yes, the censor board gave me a certificate, and and Prasun Joshi went out of his way to see to that that should not be taken away from me. The judiciary stood by, and the Supreme Court
was
gave a
outstanding.
wonderful one.
Supreme
So
Court
yes,
was
I feel
outstanding.
that there is some hope, there is some justice prevailing everywhere. If you look at the Maharashtra government, the chief minister or
Yeah.
the UP chief
Phenomenal.
minister, look at the support they've given in the
Phenomenal.
theatres. I am grateful to them for a lifetime. So for a handful of people, there are a lot of people who have prayed for the film, who have protected the film, who have given us all the facilities that an artist or a filmmaker or the actors deserve in this country.
100%.
We love our cinema. We want to see.
You pay the
And for
taxes. You pay the taxes as well. You deserve it.
Absolutely. And for any artist, forget just a filmmaker.
Ji.
So I feel that is there. I don't think we should allow a handful of fringe to come and dictate and tell us what to do, what not to do, how not to do. I'm answerable to the CBFs. I'm answerable to the government. I'm not answerable to them.
100% not.
So at the end of it, what is there to be vindicated about, feel vindicated? At the end of it, it's okay, chalo, it's released. We fought a battle which was unnecessary, which was very distracting to make the film
Yeah,
in
must
a
have.
state of mind where you're constantly being told somebody is outside, one second, they have to do there's a morcha somewhere, you please come on the line and see what you can do. Hello, there's this happening. How do you make a film like this?
Yeah.
I have made the film with 52 cops in Film City for 2 months surrounding us to protect us, to find it was protection needed. But it is unnerving because you can't create in a situation where you're constantly worrying about left, right and wondering who will come, who will not come. Of course, I've been protected, but you don't feel free enough to be able to create. So, yes, I feel that vindication मैंने कहा छोड़ दो, but अनहैप्पी तो हूँ, सैड तो हूँ,
Right.
ये जो गुजरा उसके ऊपर, बट लोगों ने इतना प्यार दिया,
100%.
ऑडियंस ने इतना प्यार दिया, फ्रेटर्निटी ने इतना प्यार दिया, जुडिशरी से मिला, ये सब चीज़ें तो बहुत ही आपको फेथ बरकरार करता है कि ये सब यू कांट गिव अप. एट वन पॉइंट आई थॉट इनफ, चेंज माई प्रोफेशन, आई कांट मेक फिल्म्स एनी मोर, आई डोंट वांट टू गो थ्रू दिस. But then you come back and say, okay, fine, people love your cinema, people are loving it in the theatres, they're going again for it. I've got a lot of love from the people, which is what you work for. A film has to be
Definitely.
seen. So when the fear was not for the 1 year that my film, that what will happen to us. The fear was, will the film reach the theatres? That was the only fear that was bothering me. कि ये ना रुक जाए, ये पूरी तरह से अटक ना जाए. But that has happened by the grace of God and all the love that I've got from people. So God bless.
So as you were, as Padmavati, you had this theatrical extravaganza that you had in Paris in 2008, and the film is doing extraordinarily well in France as well. There's so many videos coming out from France. People are actually loving it. They don't understand the language, but they're absolutely bowled over by the opulence and the magnificence that they see on screen. Do you feel happy about that? The way people are reacting. They don't understand the language, but they're
Paris,
loving it.
देखो अभी मैं तो French समझता नहीं
जी.
हूँ, but I went and directed the opera which was written in French, and it was written in 1900 by the composer Albert Roussel, who came to Chittor, heard the story, went back, composed the opera, and they performed in 1933. When they came to me, I said, but I don't understand his language. What is he saying? What is he saying?
Right.
So they translated for me. And I think once you come into music, once you come into a production on stage and all the choreography and the direction and all, you forget language. You start understanding everything that unfolds. There are so many Mani Ratnam films I've seen before where they were on subtitle, but I enjoyed every minute of it because the filmmaker has gone beyond language and all that. He's communicating to you through so many other facets of his filmmaking.
Right.
So I feel that if in Paris especially, where I performed the opera, it was so wonderful an experience. It had gone there post Savaria, which had not done well at all at the box office.
Ji,
So I was very disturbed, and I was very in depression, and then I went and I directed. I think the best work of my life was that opera, because I did everything that I wanted to do, and I've always wanted to do theatre. But the thought lingered over in the last 8 years. It was 2008 when I did the opera. From 2008 to 2017, 8 years, I lived with the thought of wanting to make the film. So now when it's being appreciated there, and I think France has always loved my work. I've always been, Devdas has been very, very
Yeah.
well received over there. When I went in 2008 for the opera, that's when I went to a store. Devdas had released in 2002, and I went to a small little suburban to buy something to eat. So he said, "You Indian?" So I said, "Yeah." So, "You know Devdas?" So I said, "Yeah, I know Devdas. It's a super film, it's super Shah Rukh Khan." So I said, it's 6 years down the line. Then I was walking down there, there's a theatre near Champs-Élysées, and I suddenly saw the Devdas poster still kept over there. So I said, bloody hell, look at this, the impact after 6 years also it was there.
Right.
Devdas it was very well received. So I hope Padmavati connects. I think they connect to my work, they connect to my kind of filmmaking. They understand what I'm trying to do without bias, without trying to having to review my film and find faults in it, and etc., etc., etc.
Right. Shabana Azmi ji, who's been, I think, an extremely vocal supporter of you throughout the entire duration, she feels that it should be Padmavat should be India's entry to the Oscars. Javed Saab feels that this is.
फरीदुन पहले इंडिया में तो एंट्री मिल जाए भाई. इन 3 स्टेट में तो चल नहीं रही है भैया. पहले यहाँ एंट्री ले ले, फिर वहाँ जाएंगे हम.
Yeah, but I think it's a big thing to coming from someone like her, because she's an extremely I think she's not merely an Indian icon. She's a world icon as far as movies are concerned. And if she's saying it, then she's saying it with the definite responsibility, and it definitely means something.
Yeah, I think.
And Javed Saab has said that it is Deepika Padukone's Mother India. He is compared to Mother India in terms of the grandeur and the scale.
Yeah. So what do you want me to say about
Yeah, so how do you respond to that after? Because I think let's talk about the movie now. Let's talk about the movie as well, because it's phenomenal.
I love this film.
Ji.
I have made it from deep down my heart, which I do with all my films, but this one is a special one, because you've gone through so much and you've nurtured it like this, and not allow any of those problems to reach or be seen on the screen. So that is a huge battle you fight.
Right.
You have to not get distracted, so focus. All the unit came together because we were all fighting. It was not just me fighting. It was all my cinematographer, my art director. Everybody was putting up a fight. Even though during the last bit. So it's a very special film for all of us, where we've created it in a very. It's like. How do you explain to it? एक storm आ रहा है और उसके अंदर आप कुछ painting कर रहे हैं, because that's the only time that I don't know how to explain the situation. There is no parallel to this situation, but it's very special for all of us. Everybody gave their best, and when you're pushed to the brink, you just emerge with all your potential that is there in you, which we normally hardly tap into ourselves. So everybody was at their best. So it's a fabulous film. I think it is one of my best, because and forget the circumstances that you make it. It is just I was tripping. Even when the Jaipur, I love my film so much, when the Jaipur attack happened, then we were physically assaulted and all that. And I went to them the next day morning, I said, oh, I understand all that was wrong, but that shot we'll never get again, because that shot is what I've left over there. So my soul was in every shot. That is what mattered to me.
Wow.
I don't care about what was happening to me, the humiliation. I did nothing. When you make a film, you have to surrender completely. There has to be no ego, there has to be no nothing. So even if you're angry with the humiliation, you have to turn it and convert it into the film and the creative space that you are making it. And that is what I did. That is what we all did. So it's a very special film. Javed Saab and Shabana Azmi, I love them. I love their work. I love them because I don't know them very well, but I love their work. I look up to them. Javed Saab had very many nice things to say about the film, and I normally wait for these 2 or 3 people who would give me their opinion on the film, and he was completely enamored by the film. So was Shabana ji, and so if they think that this is the film that needs to get its place wherever. In the world of cinema, wherever it has to find its place, it's a nice feeling. It's a nice thought that at least they're endorsing something that has been on a film that has never been made before. I think every department is so brilliant.
100%.
My actors are so brilliant. They're so fabulous. All my actors, just from the top right till the last junior artist is brilliant.
Bilkul.
So I just feel that they've all given their best. This film should be celebrated, not attacked. This film should now be shown in this country without fear. No art should be connecting with politics and all that. Let people enjoy it. Let people celebrate it. Let Rajasthan see this film and say it is our glory. The world is seeing the film. The world is appreciating. But jinki baare mein kahi gayi ye kahani, the people who I'm glorifying or talking about or respecting through my work or telling the world that this is a great story that needs to be seen. You've heard it in your parents telling the story or textbooks because you've read it in school, but now you're seeing it. But they are the ones who are not seeing it, so it's sad. But
People are traveling into different states to watch the film.
that is true.
They're watching. It's become like tourism part. People actually. So talking about, you talk about the art part of it. I think there's so much to discuss. One scene that immediately comes to my mind is that when Khilji is facing Mongols and that entire sand, the entire effect, the way it is created, and when he just goes into that, that's beautifully done, sir. That's beautifully. I've never seen something like that.
Yeah.
How did you conceptualize that?
Shyam Kaushal was there. We were all there. Prasad VFX, the person who's doing our VFX, played a great part in it.
Right.
It was one of the most beautifully conceived pieces by Shyam Kaushal. It was just beautifully done, and it had no action.
Right.
It had no action, because action doesn't mean that you have to show two people
Yeah,
fighting
that's
and people striking swords at each other. Wars are fought here also.
Right.
So there were so many such things in the film which today you can pull it off because there is a great backing of VFX also.
Yeah.
And now everybody, all the departments can think a little more freely and say, can we do this, can we do that? Because that could not have been possible 10 years ago. 7 years ago, a scene like this would have never been possible on screen,
Right.
at least on Indian screen. So now we are ready technically, our technicians are now thinking freely, openly, and achieving it, and executing it, implementing it. So it was, and I normally, from Ram Leela, I started shooting action, and before that there was never any, Shyam Kaushal, Shyam ji would be called only to say, अच्छा इनको एक थप्पड़ मारना आप जरा देखिए, वो तो कहते मुझे थप्पड़ मारने के लिए बुलाते हो आप तो कोई एक्शन तो कराते नहीं हो.
Right.
Then from Ram Leela onwards, I started finding my chemistry with him, and I started enjoying action, and I started shooting it correctly. And he feels very strongly that I shoot action very lyrically. I give it because I enjoy shooting songs, so
Yeah.
that goes into shooting the action.
Right.
And he comes up with ideas which are also very, because then he knows that I don't expect a cliched idea of a war and to shoot it in a certain way. So I think with him, the credit should go to him. The chemistry that I had shared with him, and he's a fabulous action director. He understands today's cinema and understands today's audience also, how they want to see action differently.
Right. So everyone is very curious to know about that particular framing of that mountains shot, sir. The battleground scene, and you have those brown mountains in the backdrop. That's a brilliant scene, sir. In terms of, it has that grandeur that takes Indian cinema to amazing heights, that you can actually visualize something like that, and it's looking beautiful. So how did you shoot for that particular scene, sir?
You know, Faridun, you cannot analyze everything that how did you
Yeah.
shoot or how did you conceive, because half the
But
time
where have you shot it, sir?
I've shot it in Kolhapur. So
It's looking some Afghanistan or Kazakhstan or something like that.
because every time that you shoot, most of the time if you are in a zone, why do you get up and do something? Why do you suddenly change an action into something? Everything that was on script, everything that was on paper, I would go to the set and do something completely different. I would turn the scene on its head. I would tell my actors, okay, we've prepared this and come, sir, what do we do? I said, now forget about that. The content remains the same, but we'll treat it differently. So every time I'm on the set, I am tripping. I am in a zone which I can't understand why I did a few things, and through the film I've done it. And today when I look back at the film, I say, how the hell did I do this? Why did I do this? When did I get the idea? Because it all happens on the set. Which location? This is the location. Because we had a huge problem in Jaipur and we had to leave that location. Because so then whatever happens for the best. You go to the best places and you shoot and you do what you have to do, and I think it's also divine intervention. I think some things, there is a certain, why did this this painting happened by a particular painter and then it never happened again. Sometimes a film just happens. You cannot make it. Why did Mughal Azam, K. Asif could never repeat it, or even if he tried it, it would have never happened. कुछ फिल्में हो जाती है, वो पाकीज़ा बन जाती है, वो मैं ये बिलीव करता हूँ कि पद्मावत बन गई, वो ऊपर वाले की इच्छा थी, it had to happen, and everyone was correctly. Time was surle, the match kar raha hai, of the entire unit. Now that's a blessing. This film can only happen because somebody saying that location is superb. Somebody saying, okay, we'll enhance it with 2 more mountains and put 2 more hills over there. Somebody saying, and we'll. So how everybody puts in together and comes to the point of finding excellence. Finding excellence is a constant search. So we, at least now also, right now, I don't feel I have found it. I want to go and start shooting a film tomorrow. My office is pleading and saying, give us a 1 month break, then we'll think of what to come down to. And I am right now very, very restless. I want to go back to the floor. So I've thought, I was working with people who were searching for excellence for it. And then none of us know if anybody can sit in front of you and say, I did this because I thought of this and I thought of this is nonsense, because it was an inspired zone. You walked into set and you didn't know what you were saying, what you were doing, and it was just magic, for me at least. It may not be for you, it may not be for 5 more critics over there or for a certain section of the audience. But for me it was magic. Magic cannot be explained. You cannot logically analyze it. So when I shot, where I shot, how I shot.
Right, Magic, I think Guzarish, you have some wonderful, I think, dialogues as far as regarding this entire, I think, the magic part of it. The way you just visualize certain things, because when we see, be it the last scene of the Johar sequence, be it when Deepika and Shahid are together, when the first time they come together, when we see several scenes of Ranveer as well, that grandeur that you have in terms of the entire framing part of it. How do you come up with these things? Because the fact is that in today's India, I don't think anyone can remotely come close to the way you visualize things, because everything, it has like a context in your frame. I asked you this after Bajirao Mastani as well. That it's beautiful to just look at, because everything when you look in the frame, there's something that, and it is there for a reason, and it's looking beautiful.
भाई उसका जवाब मैं क्या दूँ? बस वो होता है. I have a certain way of looking at things. I have a certain way of planning and working hard on things. I work 18 hours, 20 hours when I'm making a film. I sacrifice the world and I don't worry about any party, any entertainment, any film. Nothing matters to me. To the extent that my family doesn't matter to me. Nothing matters to me. So I'm so focused, and the way I want to see it, I don't know, it just happens, it comes. I don't know where it comes. I don't know why I particularly want that cave in a certain way. Why will I place Deepika in a certain angle and shoot it from that angle? Yeah. I really have no idea when it is all unfolding in the mind. How do I answer this question? I myself I just put the camera and say, this is the shot. So you take the shot, and me and my cameraman come to a conclusion that, okay, fine, this is the best place to see it. Shundeep starts lighting it, we take the shot. I cannot understand how you. One day I asked Lata Didi, I said, आपने वो गाने में वो जगह कब तो बोले क्या मालूम कब ली और कैसे ली कुछ मालूम नहीं क्यों ली मालूम नहीं. I think the spontaneous part of my work is what connects to everybody, because it is not studied. There is a certain scale, there is a certain bigness to the shot, but it's just not about being big. It's about what you do with that big set or a big frame or a big wide lens that you've put. You have to know what to do with it, how to dynamize that frame, how to use the frame, how to move the camera and add more. There are so many elements and motives and thought and subconscious level. It all starts moving. Why have I suddenly given a flame in the bathtub for him to dance? I don't know. I said Jim Morrison. I was shouting Jim Morrison on the set. I don't know why I was shouting. Where did Jim Morrison come on my mind at that point? Because I remember seeing a cigarette dance. So these are things which are operated on a subconscious level. If you'd ask me, why did you give him a flame in his hand in a bathtub? I have no answer for it. Right. But it just worked for me. I just have a way of seeing it. You will see it from here. I will see it from maybe there. Maybe that there is now working and connecting to the audience, to the people, to the film reviewers, they're saying, okay, fine, he's now finding his place to see it from a certain correct place. To find that vantage point takes a lot of time and experience, and you have to keep working at it. तो वो vantage point अभी वो correct जगह मिलने लग गई है मुझे, शायद वो आपको connect कर रही है. Color schemes पे बहुत काम करता हूँ, art direction पे बहुत काम करता हूँ.
That shows.
I work a lot on all these things, and I give a lot of freedom to people who work with me to find their own potential. So I'm not saying I have done the art direction, I'm not saying I've done the cinematography, it's them. But I'm there with them all through to say, okay, fine, I like this, or we can do it better, or we can take it here, and then the rest is them. So it's great minds working together. So if anybody wants to achieve it, they have to work with great minds and great technicians, then they'll achieve it. And love them and respect them.
Yeah, that.
And tell the world that they are responsible for what is happening and not take the credit for themselves.
Right. Even in terms of the fact is that as a director, you're the one who's completely in control. Whatever you tell to these people, I think they just get to the table as well. The fact is that your influences are extraordinary in itself, and they are so organic and they come so naturally to you, and they're very diverse. It's like a metaphor in its own way. You're talking about Jim Morrison at the same time, you're talking about Lata ji as well. You have this fascination with Indian classical music and the entire tradition, but at the same time you are very, very well versed with whatever is happening as far as West is concerned, and that comes very naturally to you as well. I told Shahid about this as far as the background score is concerned, that you have the traditional, the expected aspect is you have the traditional dholak and sitar and all those instruments, but at the same time you have today's contemporary beats as well, which makes it unique. In a period set drama, you have that sort of this thing. So the way you just fuse it, it's like very metaphorical in its own way as well. So I'm sure that your influences, if you can tell us about your influences, how it comes so naturally to you, that you're having Jim Morrison at one point of time and you're thinking,
oh, my influences are bizarre.
Lata Mangeshkar.
From V. Shantaram to Ritvik Ghatak to Roshanara Begum, who I kept listening to in my headphones when I was on the set quietly, nobody knew. Roshanara Begum is this fabulous classical singer who was in India and then lived in Pakistan. So I always liberate myself by doing counterpoint things. So when I'm shooting the opera, when I'm directing the opera in Paris, I've heard Madan Mohan and Lata Mangeshkar by the Seine walking up and down because the theatre was very close to the river. So I would listen to something completely counterpoint which has got nothing to do with it and not get influenced by it, and then go there and do the opera, which is a French piece of music and classic, Western classical. When I shot Guzarish, I would listen to only Ajay Atul songs, Marathi songs. So I was doing the completely counterpoint. So I would not, I don't know what I listen to, why I listen to. There is a sense of spontaneity. I don't bind myself to saying I'm doing research, I'm doing this. I imbibe from all forms of art, from all architecture fascinates me, textiles and weaving fascinates me. Texture fascinates me. Music obviously is the soul of what I am all about. Painting fascinates me. So I'm imbibing freely and from anything, from anywhere. But I would read a strange mythological while I'm doing Alauddin Khilji and delve into those figures which I have no logic. If you sit down and understand and watch me make the film for 1 year, you will say, what on earth are you doing while you're making this film? You're listening to this when you're going and shooting Khalibali. I'm listening to Roshanara Begum when I'm shooting to Khalibali. But it just liberates me. I do not want to make my filmmaking serious. I don't believe in it. I spontaneously tell my actor that, okay, 1 second, you suddenly do this. And suddenly, but why will I just do this? And then they realized when they're doing it that, yeah, it's right. When I'm doing this, I'm enjoying. Like take the cap, take the crown, and now cover a face, yank it on a face.
Yeah.
Now it's just one of those strange moments which have no logic. But why will I do that? How will I do that? Just do it. And Ranveer, because I have a great chemistry with him, he just flows with what I tell him to do. And many, many such examples. But all that comes out of liberating yourself, not taking yourself too seriously, not taking your art too seriously. कि आज मैं बड़ा scene shoot करने जा रहा हूँ, आज क्या होगा? I'm just enjoying it. I'm just flowing freely without worrying about क्या होगा इस scene. Fear नहीं है. मैं कोई सब्जेक्ट भी उठाता हूँ तो फियर नहीं है. फियर होता है तो आर्टिस्टिक माइंड बंद हो जाता है कि इसका बजट कवर होगा, ये बजट, ये इज दिस फिल्म वायबल ऑन द पेपर, ऑन द टेबल, इज दिस सब्जेक्ट गोइंग टू रियली वर्क थ्रू. आई डिड गुजारिश आफ्टर सावर, आई डिडंट डू वेल एट ऑल एंड इट वाज अगेन अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट सब्जेक्ट. उससे ओके ऋतिक रोशन को आपने लिटा दिया, बट देयर इज नो फियर. आई जस्ट डू व्हाट माय हार्ट टेल्स मी टू डू, पीरियड. तो उस सेट के ऊपर भी आई एम जस्ट रिसेंटली रिमेंबरिंग सम राज कपूर मोमेंट एंड आई एम डूइंग इट. आई एम लिसनिंग to I saw a lot of Navrang. वी शांताराम जी घर जाके मैं नवरंग देखता था, वहाँ जाके अलाउद्दीन खिलजी का सीन शूट करता. कोई लेना देना नहीं है. But there were some film gods that I worship too. वी शांताराम जी हो, राज कपूर साहब हो, केतन मेहता हो. मुझे ये लोगों का काम बहुत ही डिवाइन, स्पिरिचुअल, मैजिकल, सिनेमा इन इट्स प्योर फॉर्म, ऋत्विक घटक हो, सत्यजीत रे हो, very fascinating. Look at the range that I follow. I like for my shelf of 10 best films. There is 36 Chaurungi Lane also. There is like Dr. Ki Maut also. There is Pakistan. There is Mughal Azam and I'm Mother India. It take freely from you the universe. You have to receive from the universe. It is not only about a film or a thought. While I'm talking to you, I'll receive 10 thoughts from your mind. I don't know what you're saying. That the answers are too long. It's not being precise. My 5 questions may not fit into it. I can see those thoughts coming in your mind.
No, so I'm just listening to yourself. As I was telling you a short while back, I was speaking to Shahid Kapoor a few days back, and he said that Mr. Bhansali, the filmmaker, he's having this amazing aura that somehow the Sanjay Bhansali, the music composer, it gets slightly diluted and it does not maybe get that sort of attention. But he's an outstanding music composer. Your songs are being loved, sir. Ghumar, as the videos are coming in, people are just dancing to it all across the world. I think the picturization is simply phenomenal. I don't know how you managed to do it. Deepika is looking amazing.
I shot the song after 1.5 months of the set waiting because the actor was not available. Mehboob Studio, 1.5 months. So there was a lot of anger in me. So that's why this song was turned out very good.
Okay, so Deepika was doing something else. Right, so if you can tell us something about your music and the way the music is being received. The picturization is beautiful. I think the music is simply outstanding.
I just made this song while I was having a bath one day, and this song came out. Diwani Mastani. A lot of songs come when I'm having a bath. The song just starts coming in the minute the soap goes on, and then I start singing. A lot of these songs have emerged in complete silence, in complete quietness, but it happens spontaneously. A song comes, I don't take ये कौन से राग में जाएगा, राग तो आता नहीं है, सा से रे आता नहीं है, जो आता है वो जो सुना है, whatever I've heard over the years, and I listen to a lot of music to the point that if somebody had heard that much music would have had a problem with the ear. But it's that crazy, the amount of music I've heard, all kinds of music. That's why I live. I don't live because my heart is beating. I live because there is music in the ears. That is the only reason my soul is alive. So music is everything for me. So अगर वो गाना मुझे लगता है कि ये situation के लिए if I have to make a song and ask another music director to come and do it, I might lose in translation what I want, how I want, where I want. So I would start making my own songs from Guzarish onwards. I enjoyed making Ghumar a lot. I enjoyed making Khali Bali. It just happened that I would say, Turas bhai kuch likh ke do. So the minute he would give me the song, I would start singing. Right. So there is no thought, and those are the songs that have been kept. Then I would make 3 other tunes for it, but it would never be the same. Right. So वो पहला वाला जो दिल से निकला वो दिल से निकला. Because I firmly believe that no artist should take. I keep repeating, and I will keep repeating 10 times more in the interview. That do not take yourself seriously. Don't say I'm doing research, I'm going to go in a hole. I went into a dark space and I thought of something. फिर मैंने तानपुरा खाली लगाया सुर और फिर मैंने एक गाना आया. Don't give me all this crap and this nonsense. The best musicians, the best singers are क्या रियाज ज़रूरी है, तो सोच ज़रूरी है. But इतना भी उसको homework और research करो, अपने आप को preparation कर, then I have to go to psychiatrist and all that crap I don't want to listen to. Right. I don't buy that. So it should be spontaneous. It should just come out of you. So my songs are simple because I don't know too much music. They're simple compositions, so people sing them easily. Right. So if I can sing, you can sing, she can sing, so they all start singing it. Right. So Ghumar is just every day one video comes out of 2 youngsters or 3 youngsters or 10 youngsters dancing. Yeah. And I watch very, very seriously. I watch each and every one of them and say, this one is very good, this one is okay. The Khali Bali people are liking a lot. Binte Dil, when the album came out, Binte Dil was the one that just really took off. Yeah. So I thought, ये Binte Dil तो is just for tripping. I'm just tripping. अभी किसी को Binte Dil मिसरिया में कुछ को समझ में क्या आएगा? But people just connected because it's Arijit's magic. The way he sang it, the tune is ordinary.
एक दिल एक जान भी है
हाँ वो भी. That's one of my favorites. But and it's a new boy singing, so. It's very nice. I enjoy doing music. I enjoy shooting music. I shoot my songs with great love, great care. I give it all the time and I don't rush, and I'll shoot a song about 12 days, 15 days. Productions dancing on the other side of the floor and saying budget. Oh, now I'm on the floor, now bunk it all, just do what comes to your heart. And I don't want to lose that opportunity of shooting this song. I'll never shoot this song ever again in my life, again. So if what I'm doing, I want to give it my best. You're imprinting it in time. It's now there for a lifetime. Now either you do it correctly or you don't do it.
100%.
So I don't believe
Right. So performance is outstanding. You're having some brilliant performances. Be it Shahid as Rajarathan Singh, and Deepika is looking phenomenal. Ranveer has given, I think, I personally feel this is his best performance as Khilji. I think it's a very, very strong character that he's having. Jim Saab is excellent as well. What are your thoughts on the performances when you look at them now, sir?
I love my actors.
Right.
I respect my actors. I give them beautiful parts to play. The foundation is made on the paper when screenplay by Prakash Bhai writes and dialogue he writes. So I give them on a platter a role which is something that they've never done before, which is something that they've never ventured into certain areas in their mind or space.
Right.
And I give them all the facilities, all the space within the daira of saying, you have to listen to me, you can't have your own interpretation, so they have to listen to me, but they get the space to do also and add to it. And I feel the actors, those moments when we spend a lot of time on the set to come to a point, कि ये यहाँ से discuss किया, यहाँ से किया, this moment will emerge, this moment will arrive. So we wait for that moment to arrive in the actor. An actor should be ready to be able to say, now I'll do the moment. So if it means waiting for a day, and not shooting down the day that it is being scheduled for, I will still wait for another day. Having said that, I don't think at the end of the schedule they would add another day because we've invested one day, because actors don't adjust dates very easily. And they do not understand that if the director has given me the day, I should also give one day more.
Bilkul, 100%.
But having said that, yes, I will give them that day to come to that moment. I want them to live that moment to the as honestly as they can.
Right.
So that is a facility, that's a love I give them. And I work with talented people, they love acting, they are wonderful stars, they are wonderful actors, not only stars. Jim Saab and Aditi and
Aditi is outstanding.
all of them. Raza Saab, who's my favorite.
Raza.
So all of them are wonderful actors. So you just have to give them good parts and good roles, and they're ready to play it.
Right. A lot of curiosity on what are you doing next, sir?
I don't know, but I want to go to the studio as fast as possible. I feel my mind is ready to make. It's speaking in its the cinematic part of the mind is speaking. It is really thinking correctly. It is really spontaneously hitting the right notes. It is feeling very correct. It's very important that you work so many years and then you say, how do I connect? Because I want to search for excellence. I've never worked for money, or never worked for name or fame, or I'm not interested in interviews or anywhere reaching out. I don't like all that. But I am doing this interview because I like you. I like what you write. I feel there is something about you. So I'm sitting and doing this interview with you.
Thank you, sir.
Not that many people would like it at all. Let's say, "Hamara nahi kiya, inke saath kiya." But I feel I'm ready to do some of the best work from now on. I have just realized I'm started now. I've found something in me which is going to say, yeah, now you're ready to make films that you've always kept in your list of most ambitious films to make, and you will one day make them. I feel I'm now ready to do it.
Great.
So let's hope something good, something soon, but I just pray something very, very fast.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful to hear, actually. It's a pleasure talking to you, and congratulations once again.
Thank you.
You've emerged a hero in every sense of the word, both on screen and off screen as well. So thank you very much, sir.
God bless.
Thank you. That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.